Hello, Ministry of Education. Hope you're doing well. How is the signature school stuff going? Yeah, that makes sense. Bermuda's signature school initiative has been underway for some time now, and much like everything else this island does, it never gets easier, does it?
That dog is on fire!
This program has been integrated in order to introduce more industry-standard subjects, better preparing students for the working world. Because believe it or not, you don't need to master trigonometry and calculus in order to succeed in life. This is actually a great idea, and can allow students to explore many possible career paths before college, giving them an incredible head start. What could possibly go wrong? The first schools that have adopted this program are Cedar Bridge Academy and the Berkeley Institute. Here we have their website, and yes, Cedar Bridge will be home to science and engineering. They don't even have a physics teacher right now. Or a principal. Cedar Bridge's program will teach building construction and maintenance, trades and professions, and STEM. Berkeley's program will teach health and social care, and financial and insurance services. Alright, seems cool. I just have 3 things to say. This is dumb. There are a few things wrong with this. Limiting certain options to that of certain locations is extremely restricting. What if I want to study health, which is at Berkeley, but also building construction, which is at Cedar Bridge? Or do the STEM program, but also insurance services? What if I want to go study finance, but not social care? What if I want to study 3 of the 4 options, but one is at another school? If I want to take Berkeley's program, but I'm already enrolled at Cedar Bridge, then what? Many parents may not want their kid to go to Cedar Bridge due to the fights. But if their kid wants to take that school's program, then what do? Well, the answer is simple. I don't think they thought that far. Because certain things are restricted to certain locations, you are forced to go all in on one of the 2 offerings. And to make matters worse, you can't change the program once you decided. The rest of your high school life will be fully defined by whatever you choose right now. Alright, the next 4 years of your life are in your hands, Jimmy. Jimmy is punching a child, but it's okay, guys. You can trust him. But our family just moved parishes and planned to change schools to something closer. So it makes sense to change the program, right?
You fool!
Say your child wants or has to go to Sands for their program, but you live in St. George's. Oh well, get in, bucko, we're driving 50 miles minimum today. And speaking of travel, how is Bermuda's traffic doing? Yes, good to know the government has our best interest in heart.
Now drive.
Cedar Bridge and Berkeley are only the beginning. Other schools around the island will be adopting this system, which means that multiple different schools will have different programs that can't be found anywhere else on the island. I also like the game of life. This now makes the unchangeability even worse because middle school kids will be making this decision at 11 years old. Do you fully expect this thing to become a doctor with full confidence? Don't answer that. Alright, Jimmy was a bust, but now we got Bob. You can't go wrong with Bob. Bob, stop watching Skibbity Toilet! See, we've all considered different career options in our lives. You can't expect these kids to be so sure of one career and force them into that bubble for the rest of their school life. It's stressful and confusing. You also have to remember that the conception and development of this system must have started roughly 4 to 5 years ago. You know, during COVID, everyone was struggling to adapt to this new normal, and that's when you decide to overhaul the school system? I bet next you'll hire Maxwell the Cat as Minister of Education. I mean, yeah, it's a terrible idea, but seeing how Urbane may be unaware of the lack of teachers across the island, I would accept this. The issues on this island are stacking up, but it feels like we're focusing our attention on things that, while important, aren't the main issue at the moment. For example, the Ministry of Education recently received a $1.5 million boost in funding, and stated what this would be going towards. However, nowhere did it state that this would help with the lack of teachers across the island. Not that these other areas aren't important, they absolutely are. But they do know that we need teachers in order to teach, right? Y'all are so busy closing down schools but don't realize we're missing teachers and the only ones left. The closest middle school to St. George's is Whitney, because you turned Clearwater Middle School into yet another rotting building. Now these kids have to take the bus all the way to Smith's and back every day. By the way, I get carsick.
Why does this always happen to me?
Families and teachers are leaving the island for better opportunities because they just aren't getting that here. You have a lot of problems that need a lot of thought, time, and money to fix, but this has gone towards a not good system to be implemented into an already egregious one. I know what math says, but 2 negatives don't actually make a positive. It just gives you more negatives. Here's a box of snakes and a box of wolves. They might kill each other, but they'll both kill you first. A change is greatly needed if this is going to succeed. Of course, this is not easy due to the lack of teachers, and it's great that you're trying to offer these programs at all. But there needs to be some sort of flexibility for it to be viable, and teachers to actually teach the subjects. People are rightfully upset about this situation and want some answers. So if you end up having a meeting with the public to discuss this, don't be on vacation that day. Again. Alright, trusting these crazy kids may have backfired, but now Maxwell is Minister of Education. I'm sure he'll save us all. Still better than taking calculus.